Hello, and welcome here on YouTube. A warm welcome to new viewers and also a warm welcome to you old loyal viewers. My name is Lisbeth and I'm a Danish abstract mixed media artist. And you have come to the right place. This channel is all about mixed media, collaging with both paper and fabric, jelly printing, bookmaking, slow stitching, and all other kinds of techniques. But lately it seems that I have been down in a rabbit hole where I make fabric collages out of scraps I have gotten from a friend. And I have made a playlist here below in the description box. Um, in the first video, I tell you a little more about her fabrics and so on. So look at that if you want to know more about the fabrics. But let the show get rolling here. Out of the big pile I have gotten from her, I have digged out all these fabrics here I like color-wise, and I have gathered some different threads I will use, and I had also found some of my own fabrics and some other bits and bobs I think will look nice in this collage here. And for substrate I like to use this felt. It is it has never seen a sheep. It is poly something and it is quite thick, but it is so nice to work with and stitch in, and it lies nicely flat. So this is the substrate I will be using. So I will sort my fabrics out and try to make a layout I like. Yeah, I think I like this piece here, but I don't want where there's a lot of these colors. I like them more where there's, perhaps there would be nice. So I can try to, perhaps we can make a whole strip all over here. And the same with this one. Perhaps they are a little too big, but I won't cut them before I know exactly where the pieces are going to be and how big I want them. Then I will cut them the size I think they should be. And that's because you can, of course, pile them up and lay them in many layers, but I don't like to stitch in more than 2-3 layers. Not stitch through 6 layers, for instance. That's not so nice. And then I have this small piece here. And I also have this one, but I don't like that green thing there, so I will see if I can cut that off. Which, sorry, I didn't warn you. Yeah, that could also be nice. And then I have this piece here. It's also different than this piece. So yeah, now I'm cutting it because I think it is okay. Just right now I can't talk. Sorry, right now I'm just playing and seeing what I like and what I don't like. I also have this piece here. It is it's a bought fabric. Yeah, all the fabrics are bought, but these patterns that are on here is made by my friend, and this is a fabric with patterns on it I have bought. And don't ask me where and how and why. I don't have much fabric, but I have much different. I have small pieces and many different pieces. I don't buy many meters. If I see a fabric, I for instance buy a fat quarter or 20 centimeters, or the smallest amount I can buy. And I like to have a lot of different things to choose between, and I don't need much when I'm making these small collages like these here. So perhaps I should just take a small bit of this here and see. And I like to tear the edges. It is quite similar to this one, but it is a little different. And I like that. Yes, yes, yes. Perhaps this can, yeah. Oh, what a noise is that? I think it's the neighbor doing something. It is very windy today, but no rain, yeah. I like that and that and that, but perhaps we can use, these are perhaps too similar, so perhaps we can change these two up like this. And I hope you can see what difference that make, because now they are not so the same, and this is bigger and this is a little smaller, and this is a little smaller again, and this is quite different, and this go all the way through. And you could choose to let this end here, so you have this going all the way through here, and I think I like that. And the $1,000 question is, yeah, this is too much, so then it is better with this down there. And in fact I like this very much, this layout here. And I would have taken a picture with my phone, but it is sitting up there, and then I could make some other layouts and see if I like them better and choose which one I like. But I also have this, but I really don't know what it is I have. It is something I have, one of my students has left. I have a big scrap box I have with when I'm holding a course, and some of the students just put their scraps and bits and bobs into my box, and I think it's from something from there. I also have this one here with frayed edges. That's also a nice thing. And I think this is perhaps two. For me, it's too bright. I like this one better. I also have this one with small dots, and I think I tried to incorporate it in my last fabric collage video. And that could, I think that would work too. But I still think I prefer this piece here. Like this. Yeah. I also think I can try to switch around with these two. And again with these two. Perhaps I can just try to do that. something like this. Yeah, and I don't think these two are so great together, so I prefer the other way around. So I think that is what I will do. Cut these fabrics too, and I will show you how I baste them down. So this is the way it ended, and I like it. So I will just remove this for a little while, and then I will take my glue stick, and this isn't for anything else but helping me to pin these down so they won't fly around here when I'm basting them down. Like this. And then I found this little strip here, and I think that looks nice with these frayed edges. But I think I will take this first. Put that down. And then I can always just dab it a little there. I think this is the tricky part. Yeah, that was a little too far down. Just to hold it in place. And the same with this one here. So it is easier for me to stitch them down. Like this. And then I have taken just ordinary sewing thread for the machine and made a knot at the end and found a color I think will work most of the places. And I think I will start here on this long end here. And what I do is I come up in the corner and I can feel the edge of the felt here with my index finger and come up. And I don't mind there's a knot here opposite when I'm doing it on paper. Then I don't mind that. There I mind knots on the back because I think you can see them when you mount the piece afterwards, but you can't hear the knot is just disappearing. Oops, up in the felt. But the thing I'm doing is I come up in the here and then I go down, and you can either go down a little 2 or 3 threads ahead of you or back. That doesn't matter. It's what you like to do. But just so close to where you came up as you can, and then you go up about a centimeter before you can come up again and go down here. And then only are the tiniest small dots or freckles or what you can call it to be seen, and I think that is nice. So it is just taking the time it takes to go all the way around and come up. Sometimes if no, go away. Sometimes if there are bigger color contrasts, I sometimes change the color of my thread, but in this case I don't have much thread in in colors matching this, so I hadn't so much to choose between, but I think it is okay here. But I will just go all the way around and be back. So now I have been all the way around, so I will just take the last stitch and come up from the back and just let your needle go into the felt here, and then it is secured. I can cut the end of the knot there and there, and you can see long stitches there and very small stitches there, if you can see them at all. So now this is secured, the base layer here, and ready for next step. And as far as I remember, I was thinking of placing this, and I think I was doing that originally, but I think I like it going down in this area here. And yeah, you can see, to make it an exciting collage, most of the times I'm doing it in fabrics, it is always squares and rectangles and or strips or so. It is seldom curvy things, for instance, like this here. I don't know what she had cut out here, but you could also use to put such things on if you like. There's no one saying you have to do squares and rectangles like I do, but that's the thing I prefer. But you could do it with curvy things also, to play with that. That is also an option. But the important thing is that the sizes and shapes are different. You can see this is a small, this is wider, and this is a little smaller. Perhaps these two are too much the same, but this size is smaller than these sizes here. And when I do break it up with this afterwards, it just looks nice, in my humble opinion. But this one we have to stick down somehow, and then I have to figure out what else I would do, what I will be sewing or embroider on this piece here. So I think I will give it, I found this, but it is really, lilac, or it's a hush color in my opinion, but it could work. But I don't know if that's the thing I want. I had really wanted to put this piece in here, but it's too much same, so I don't think it works here in this piece. And I'm really sorry about this, because I like the texture of this piece. Yeah. Perhaps I could call it, and cut a very small strip and put it in the middle of this one. I can try that. If I can. I don't know if it is for cutting or tearing or what it is. Perhaps it's, I wonder what it is. Yeah, that could work. And then I don't mind that when it gets a little wider, it goes all the way down here. In fact, I think I like that. So I think I will just base this down, and then I will do some stitching over here to, like, couching it down and some, perhaps that way. Yeah, I will see. I will do exactly like I have done all the way around with this piece, and then I will be back. So this is based down, and I just glued this piece of something strings. I don't know what it is, and I think I just will cut that snip off there. And then I have taken a look at my threads, and this is the only thread that I have in my mercerized cotton I like to sew with. And I have these two here, and I think this don't work, and that is too purple. This perhaps could work, I think. And that is too gray. And this is a little over in the ball game like this, and I don't think I like that either. So it begins to narrow down, and also this is too bright, I think. So I ended up with this thread here, and it is a DMC thread, and I have had them for many years, these balls here, and I don't use them very often because I don't like dividing the threads. The thread is made of 6 strands, and you have to divide them if you don't want to sew with all 6. And the all 6 is, where is the end here, is a quite heavy thread for such small piece, I think. So I had taken 3 strands of it, and I just think I will like couching it down, and if I don't like it, I can always take another color or do something else, but I think I will go as close as I can in the overlap here between the two things, and so just go over here. And I think I will do a little bigger space between them than I do normally, because I like to see this strange thing. It feels like paper, but in fact I think it is some kind of fabric perhaps it has been painted with matte medium or something, so it becomes a little translucent and a little stiff. Yeah, I don't know. But it fits here in this piece, I think. So it is like a railway track, this here. And I will do this all the way down to the other end. But I haven't done anything there or there or there. And if I don't choose to do some kind of stitching, I will couch them, not couch, but sew them down also as invisible bastings, again like here and here. But I will do that when I know what else to do here. But I will sew all the way down here. So now this is couched down, and I really think this looks nice. I have I have this weird thing. It is a yarn, and it is a, you can't see it, but it's hollow, and then there's a purple thread inside. I'm a member of what is called the Danish Yarn Association, yarn.dk. You have to be a member to buy there, but this kind of thread here is used in the industry for weaving into the seats in buses and cars and so on, so you won't slide around and they will be more durable. And since this is, I think it's called polyethylene, it's not plastic, it's some kind of artificial stuff. But the funny thing with this is you can melt it, or you can, if you put your hot iron on. So I have just put my iron on in the so it will be hot, and then I will just see here if I can make a circle something here like this, and then I will put it between two pieces of baking paper like this, and yeah, I will just have to fetch my iron and see if it is hot enough. Just a moment. I think it is hot enough now, and it is the iron I only use for experimenting and such things. And then I just go over it like this, and perhaps it is okay now. Yeah, I think it is. It has to cool off a little, but then it has melted down. And I think it is. Yeah, I will just cool it off. Then you end up with these small things here, and they are quite plasticky, but I think they are funny, and I think color-wise they look nice here. And I think I will place one of them here, and I like these long doodles hanging out there, so I think I will just cut it off there, and perhaps, yeah, let me see how I want to place it. Perhaps it would be okay if they are going over there. Yeah, I think that. So I will just take my machine sewing thread here again, and I have put a knot in the end, and I will just, yeah, now I was going to place it something like there, and I will just keep it down with my finger and come up somewhere here, and you have to have a pointy needle and stitch it down. It's again like couching it down, but I won't do it more than a few places, just so I know it is sitting there and not running away. Like this. Oh yeah, I come in between here. Yeah, I think you know what I mean. I will just fix my thread here. So now the piece is stitched down with small couching stitches here. And I have taken this thread here, and it is a pure linen yarn. I think it is for embroidery, but it is not easy to make. Yeah, it is. You can make French knots with it, but it is hard to make a linen yarn like this. It is a quite stiff and a hard spun yarn, so it is hard to make them small and neat. But I like these that came out of this French knot sewing here, and the only thing I had done is taken the yarn twice around the needle and go down nearly the same place as I came up, and just drag it through. And because it is a little stiff, you can't drag it more than this, and it makes some And there is a really loopy there, but I think I like it. But it's the same way you do French knots, but because of the yarn, they look like they does here. And I think that looks quite nice. So I will just end this off and see what else I want to do here on this piece. I think it needs a little more hand embroidery. And I think it looks nice that these two long ends are going up in the two other fabrics. Yeah, let me think a little and I will be back. I just have been doing a row of small French knots here, so now this piece is sitting where it should sit. And now I am doing some straight stitches here and I make them quite wonky. I think that looks nice, and I will continue all the way to the end here. And you have seen me done this many times before, but it is just up and down, up and down. So you come here, and I think I'm there now, like this. And I will base this down here, over here, and I think there also. And then I will look at it again and see if it needs more. So this is the base down now, and I had a little left over on the the lightest color thread, so I just use that up there for some more small French knots. And then I have just made a few French knots down here, and I will also make some like they are dropped down quite random up here. And when I'm done with that, I think that is it. And then I would cut the edges clean and consider it done. But I will show you when I'm done. So I'm done with all the sewing and embroidery, and I think it turned out quite nice. You can say, looking at it, I always tell you, don't make the same sizes in your different parts, but in fact these three parts are quite the same size in width and in height, but I don't think it does that much damage here in this one because they are tied together with this floating embellishment here. So I think it looks quite nice. It is there are colors in it, but it isn't strong colors. I could have chosen to use one of the strong purple threads, but I don't think that looked very nice. And again, it is only two kinds of stitches I've used here, French knots and straight stitches. But again, that's me. I know a lot of different stitches, and I could put 20 different kind of stitching down here, or stitches down here. But I don't think it is more confusing to look at instead of some of the elements go several places out on the piece. It makes them more nice for your eyes to look at and more calm, I think. Yeah, but there are so many ways you can choose to do this, and this is just my way of doing it. And even though now I have made, I think it's the fourth here in this small series, I still have a pile here left, so I could do it. I don't know how many more. I know I will be making one more, and then perhaps it is time to crawl out of that rabbit hole, but we will see. But a thing I end these videos with is how to mount these. There are several ways you could do it. You can buy a frame and stick it in that My opinion is I don't think glass and textile suit each other, so I don't put glass on my textile pieces. I like to take a stretched canvas like this, or if you have a cradle board, you could do it the same way, and then place it on top and use some heavy glue, some heavy gel or what you have, and it mustn't be too runny. You don't want the glue to seep through here, but I think you really have to be very, very heavy-handed to do that, but it would be so sad if your glue come up here and went through your, oops, was a little thread, came up and make marks on your fabric. So just be a little careful, and then place it like this and put a heavy book or something on it for 24 hours, and then it would be there for the rest of your time. I will take some close-ups at the end, and you can see more near of what I have done. But that was a nice project, I think. And if you have enjoyed the video and you have learned a little or find some tips and tricks you can use, please give my videos a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing my little Danish channel. That would be very helpful of you, and I would appreciate it very, very much. So until I think next week, I will do perhaps the last one in this small series. But take care and be creative. So bye bye for now.